அதனால நம்ம கடலுக்குள்ள பேனா வைப்பதை எதிர்க்கிறோம்.
It was a meeting meant to hear all sides, but the public hearing to gauge people's opinion on the memorial for former Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M. Karunanidhi turned into chaos, becoming a forum for hecklers and those who made open threats. As a tribute to their late leader Karunanidhi, the DMK government proposes to build a pen statue in the Bay of Bengal off Chennai's Marina beach. But the fishing community and environmental activists are opposed to the monument. Why? Let me explain. The DMK government's pen memorial for Karunanidhi is to honor the five-time Tamil Nadu Chief Minister who was also a writer and a poet. Their plan is to build a 42-meter tall pen statue in the Bay of Bengal. The pen monument would be located about 360 meters from the shore and would be connected to the existing memorial for Karunanidhi on the Marina beach via a lattice bridge. This bridge would be about 650 meters long and would have glass flooring. The entire project is spread over 2 acres and is estimated to cost 80 crore rupees. Incidentally, the plan for the pen memorial is similar to the Chhatrapati Shivaji statue that is being built in the Arabian Sea off the coast of Mumbai. Now, the pen monument does require clearances from the National Coastal Zone Management Authority and the Union Environment Ministry because the construction is under the Coastal Regulation Zone. In fact, activist Nityanand Jayaraman pointed out in this article in the News Minute that until 2015, statues were not allowed to be built in the sea under the Coastal Regulation Zone rules. The law was changed after the Maharashtra government decided to build the Shivaji statue in the Arabian Sea. But the exemption permitting the construction of memorials and monuments applies only to CRZ4 areas, that is, in the sea. In the case of the pen memorial, parts of it, including the lattice bridge, fall under other zones like CRZ2 and CRZ1A. Since the current exemption applies only to monuments in the sea and not to other coastal zone areas, activists say that the proposal should have been rejected at the pre-appraisal stage on legal grounds. But this did not happen. There are 3 other reasons why the memorial is being opposed. 1. The pen monument will affect turtle nesting grounds. Turtles nest along Chennai's coastline and lay eggs about 50 meters from the high tide line. But if the memorial comes up, it will disrupt the turtles' path to their nests and hurt conservation efforts. Incidentally, the Environmental Impact Assessment report prepared by the Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board claims that there are no sensitive aquatic species found in the proposed project site. But activists like Nityanand Jayaraman have debunked this claim, pointing out that the marine survey for the pen monument was carried out between May and July of 2021. The survey did not find any sensitive aquatic species like turtles because the nesting season is between December and March every year. The Environmental Impact Assessment report claims that the pen monument does not lie in the main local fishing routes and as a result will not affect fishing activities. But this, fishermen say, is not true. The project will hit the livelihoods of local fishermen. This is point number 2. The fishing community points out that the Kuam estuary, where the river meets the sea, has traditionally been a breeding ground for prawns and other fishes. They say that if the memorial comes up, fishing is likely to be affected by the construction. While the EIA report claims that fishermen don't fish near the coast because fishes are found deep into the sea, this claim too has been rejected by the fishermen. 3. The memorial can cause significant ecological damage. Environmental activists point out that the plan for the pen statue would involve dredging and land reclamation. This, they say, will cause sea erosion. Activist Nityanand Jayaraman pointed out that when the British built breakwaters for the Chennai harbour, it resulted in entire villages to the north of the harbour being eroded and swallowed up by the sea, while to the south, shores grew, blocking the Kuam river mouth. Incidentally, nearly 43% of Tamil Nadu's coast is facing sea erosion. This is according to the National Centre for Coastal Research, which said that the sea erosion was caused not just by natural factors such as cyclones, sea level rise, waves and tides, but also due to man-made activities like the construction of harbours, ports, seawalls and beach sand mining. Now, all of these arguments against the memorial have been raised in the media and other forums. But at the official public hearing called to raise objections and propose suggestions for the memorial, a ruckus broke out between the DMK and the NTK, which is opposed to the project. As a result, activists were unable to present their concerns or raise questions because they were not given a chance to speak.
Our friends who recorded their name in that paper didn't get a chance to speak. So there was this cherry picking of who they wanted up on the stage to speak in front of the officials. Another thing is there was nothing, there was no time limits set in the invite, or there was no announcement of it. But towards the end of it, towards 1 o'clock, there was this thing like in 5 minutes we are going to wrap up, and that's not how public hearings are supposed to be held. We could see that there were scores of buses waiting, so this is definitely not organic. It's a very a manicured kind of public hearing where filtered elements only were allowed to speak. People are allowed to make presentations, people are allowed to make are allowed to speak, are allowed to converse. All that is supposed to be arranged at a public hearing, and that's the meaning of it, right? Public hearing, listening to the public. That ends was not met here. That didn't happen here.
The DMK has responded to those opposing the memorial by mocking them. In its editorial on February 3rd, the party mouthpiece Murusoli said that going by the logic of those opposing the Penn statue, there should not be any ports and that the existing ones will have to be closed down. It also claimed that those opposing the project would also oppose fishing as it would affect the ocean wealth. Murusoli went on to say that the DMK government is more committed to environmental protection than those who had no guts to take on the union government's Indian Marine Fisheries Bill, which it said crushes fishermen. So what happens next? The DMK government has said that it will begin construction only after getting the required clearances from the various authorities. But the only question that fishermen and activists are asking is why build a statue for Karunanidhi in the sea when you can honor him by building it just about anywhere else on land? Before you move on to another video, a quick reminder that we've been bringing you Let Me Explain for over a year now. So if you value the journalism that we've been doing here, do support us by becoming a member. Also subscribe to our YouTube channels. And as always, if you like this video, hit the like button and share this video with your friends.